Hi Sarah, it's Mars. I just have a quick question, and I really don't want to take up a lot of your time, and I'm willing to pay you for this. I just need some help wrapping my brain around this. I've read through codex and forums. I'm also asking questions on WordPress answers through Stack Exchange. Um, and my question is basically this. This is already in WordPress, so I've had success putting pages and creating some templates and creating the header calls and all that kind of stuff. I know I'm going to eventually link these to pages. This is a set list of neighborhoods, so this is not going to change. But I'll eventually end up linking it to a slug on the back end. So that's not the question I have yet. The question is, once I start creating these pages, you'll notice, oh wow, if I can find it now. Let me just open it real quick. Sorry. So this is a specific neighborhood page. So for example, once you're here in neighborhoods and you were to go down to DuPont, it would lead you to a neighborhood page. So the first question is that there's a submenu here. So just like I created the main menu here in appearances, and I created a menu of which you have to attach pages to. If I'm to create if I'm to create pages, let's say places, gallery, history, points of interest. Um, my question is to you: am I essentially going to be creating um, at least these three pages for every neighborhood? So say I'm going to create gallery DuPont Circle, history DuPont Circle, points of interest DuPont Circle, and then create a sub menu for every single neighborhood. So would I create a new menu? Like, so this one, I couldn't make a general menu called sub menu neighborhood and put it here because then I can't create that menu until I tell it what pages to associate to that menu. And if that's the case, then that means I have to create the pages. And that therein lies the question. Are these pages, should I literally be calling them, gallery DuPont Circle, history DuPont Circle, points of interest DuPont Circle, so that they'll be on this list, so that then I can create a menu. But then that leads me to believe that that menu would be like submenu DuPont Circle and not neighborhood and not a generalized menu that I could call into the loop every time. Um, so my question is more of that, or would I just create a general page that would say, places, gallery, history, points of interest, and then create this submenu more generalized so that it could be submenu neighborhood. Um, and then I don't know, and then maybe go into the options of each menu and then point it to a slug. But then with that slug, could you actually put a PHP script in there that says, I'm just so confused on how to create any kind of association here. And so, I could do it the long way and create a submenu for every single neighborhood and then a submenu for every single place that's added. But is there a way to create a submenu and that's general? And then how do you tell each link to dynamically call, for example, the gallery of DuPont Circle or the history page of DuPont Circle? So I've gotten to the point where I get how to create a page, I get how to create a template. I'm just having I'm having difficulty deciding how do you create I haven't even figured out how to put the sub menu yet. I've only gotten as far as putting the main menu, so I don't even know how I would put a sub menu. I haven't even created a neighborhood page yet. I've just created the main navigation pages and the blog, and that's it. So I'm just trying to wrap my brain around if you would have the time, maybe to just kind of in your own words, let me know how would you create this sub menu in a way that's maybe created one time, but then I don't know. Then you'd link it to. I don't mind creating the different pages for, like, for example, the gallery DuPont Circle, the history DuPont Circle, points of interest DuPont Circle, and I'll have to do that for all the 27 neighborhoods. I get that, so that's okay. But my thing is just like, is there any way to create one menu and then on that particular page, I suppose, maybe not include it in the get header? So maybe that's the key to not include it in the header because the whole point is that like I'm calling this whole piece as one header. Same here. This is a different header. It just happens to be taller. So this is like my main header. This is my header internal, which just displays the H1 tag. And then for my blog, oops, this isn't the left side, sorry. And then for the blog, um, I have a shorter header just for single posts that doesn't include a big header up here. So my question to you is, do you think um, a way around that would be to create this menu outside of the header and actually within the template of the page, so that when it knows it's calling DuPont Circle, then I can give each of these. But then that wouldn't make sense either, because the way they're called in, at least from what I'm understanding, is like WP nav menu. So then in this case, the argument is I'm calling the array menu, which is calling the main menu. So this is just on my header categories PHP page. So then how would I get around, like if this is just calling another specific menu, it really just seems to me that I would have to create a submenu for every single neighborhood. And then inside of every place, because here you go to places, and one of the places in DuPont Circle is Oxford House, then this has its own menu of places, which is just supposed to go back to the last page, and then listings, which I'm actually getting rid of, but it will have a gallery. So then this would have to lead to its own. So this next submenu for places within a neighborhood, so Oxford House being the place within the neighborhood DuPont Circle, would have a backlink essentially that could take them back to the places within DuPont Circle, and then a gallery, which I get will be handled through the plugin. But I'm just so confused as to how you might handle. I'm confused how I would handle it, but I'm just trying to figure out if I need to actually create a submenu for every single neighborhood and then a submenu for every single place, just so that I can manipulate where they're being linked to. I hope that makes sense. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing well. Thanks.